What's the...
Skewer release detected.
No, but my landlord made comments about electricity and being wasteful, so that's what happened.
Enemy care package detected overhead.
Fuck you. Okay, so she's an old lady, she does this thing. Makes me feel like I'm a little kid again, trying to fucking scare me. That's funny. I don't know, when I was a kid, I'd be like,
Enemy
hey,
CUAV
what's that
established
for?
overhead.
I'd be like, oh, I'm an energy fucking vampire. Like, that's how I live. I got terminated. Sean's mom passed away.
No,
So-
fuck Sean's mom. What
So like, I'm not feeling so great. You know, I wasn't expecting a lot of things this winter. I wasn't expecting a lot of things, and every day just kept getting crazier and crazier.
Hostile skewer
and
inbound.
crazier, going towards Christmas. We hired on this guy. This is how everything started. Like maybe a month before Christmas. Oh, we're hiring this guy. His father's getting angina, so he can't come to work. I'm like, oh, is he a person, or is he all just mentally great? Okay, so then, we're making X amount of dollars. Holy fuck, that's way more than everybody here. Holy
Drop
fuck,
you on my
like,
mark.
That's crazy. He's walking that amount. Especially considering, like, he couldn't even measure 2 inches with the.
Or you wouldn't happen to be a doctor, would
Wow.
you?
He like couldn't do
Which
it.
I happen to
3
be
days
looking
to do
for.
that. And everyone's like, oh, it doesn't take 3 days to measure out like channels. Like, anyway, so this gets crazier. So my mate, Peter, who's been there for 40 years and knows everything, retired. So now it's just me that knows all these little fucking itty bitty gritty things. And not only that, but Peter is like, oh, if there's a problem, we're gonna call this guy. We're gonna, like, if there's a problem, you're gonna call Peter.
Skewer release detected.
He's gonna like walk you through it. So I've already kind of stepped into this role now. Like before that even happened. Okay, so
Problem solved.
and I have to report to him. Okay, so this new guy doesn't know what the fuck he's doing, and he's trying to tell me what to do, and it's not gonna work that way. And I'm trying to tell him no, and he's trying to tell me no.
Strange
Hostile care
plans
package
out
above.
And then I'm talking to my old boss, and he's looking at me. And I'm like, okay, look, she needs to get work. Let me go home. Okay, so I went home. I went home. I got a job at Max Abandonment.
Enemy Hellstorm launch
Oh,
detected
I
in your AO.
I left the premise. You can't just. I mean, I should wait till the cops show up because I listened to what you said. And, like, there was an assistant there that listened to the whole thing. So there's people there. So it's all up to them now. And then also like, so Peter retired, right? Peter knows, and I've worked with him, and I've been going to work at like 4 a.m. for like literally over 3 years. And so, and like I've never had a problem for 3 years. So now everyone's like, oh, you should.
Enemy care package detected overhead.
Okay, so like let's fast forward. So they hired me, then they hired a person. Okay. And first they were saying, oh, 5 days. They're gonna come in for 5 days, and they're gonna teach us everything in 5 days. Okay.
Hellstorm inbound.
No, they didn't. All of a sudden, 5 days became 3 days, and now today is the last day.
They are pressing their advantage. Take control of this.
2 days. 7 guys.
Hostile RCXD incoming.
It's still kind of challenging for me, especially some because each job and each company very very different. Like some of them
All personnel withdraw. Trauma teams are inbound.
learn every little thing in a year, and they're trying to do it in 3 days. Like I think that's crazy. Whatever. Like, you have to remember, like, no one's doing work. They're not doing work. There's no, product leaving the account for 1/3 of the business. Like, it's completely shut down, and it's been shut down now for 2 weeks. When me and Peter were there, multiple orders, multiple times a week, over and over, each skid is like 30 to 100K.
Yeah.
So we're paying everybody's wage there. So if you shut that one part down, like, good luck with you're gonna have to start laying people off. Like, how are you gonna,
Yeah.
you know,
So what was the reason that they terminated him for? What was the reason?
job abandonment. Also, too, though, like, Sean's mom just passed away, and it's been a really tough time. And, you know, Sean saying stuff, and, like, you know, even with all that, like, I'm trying to help out. You know, his stepdad is an older guy. He might pass away too now. It's like, oh, they put down 2 horses. It's been a lot of death, you know? And I
Yeah.
feel like one day I walked in, the doors were all locked. Like, and then I go to my boss and I'm like, oh, like, I need to, like, turn everything on, get things organized. Like, I have all these new people. Like, I need to, like, kind of, like, put people in their place of what they're going to be doing today and kind of, like, get material, like, sorted. And he's like, oh, you can come back for 7 o'clock when the jobs start. And I was like, okay, so, like, when I was here with Peter, we both came in at, like, 4 a.m. Like, and all of a sudden, the whole job changed overnight. Oh, they changed all the brakes.
Yeah.
Every single brake was changed. Oh, they got a new brake alarm clock that goes off. And no one has to press it. It just goes off now. Yeah, that's like the whole job just changed overnight. And, like, everyone's just expecting their own to keep up. My responsibilities went from, like, down here to, like, all the way up here, and then all of a sudden everyone got really crazy and was screaming for no reason at all, and yeah. Peter keeps talking to one of the guys that's still on, and he said that people are, like, getting fired and something. Oh, like, the stress, right?
Yeah.
Supposedly, even the teacher, supposedly no one was even learning what this guy they hired, and no one really did anything, and they didn't get any work out. Just seems like a nut.
Tell the owner and be like, so now that I'm gone and you see my work, you think you may want me back anytime soon?
You know what? Can I be honest with you? Like, I thought about going back just because, like, you know. So, like, there's another account, right? And every pay I was
No,
putting
don't go
into that
back.
account, and I just
Don't go
realized
back.
now, in like the 2 years or 3 years that I've been putting in, like, I have a good chunk of change. Like, fuck, that was good. So she laid me off, and then I don't know. I thought to myself too, like, why wouldn't she, like, want to talk about it? Why wouldn't she want to, like, know what's going on? And it was like, you know what? She has a different idea of where things are going. She has different ideas, and you know what? You know what? Someone's never done, like, the front line, so they don't actually understand how the business really actually works. And they think that what you do is so minimal, but what you do is, like, literally the whole fucking thing of what she's all about. Okay, so, like, I make a really good wage now. Like, I started down here and like raise, right? So now she's probably thinking, oh, like I have all these young guys that can do your job and more. So why wouldn't I? Okay, so like
Yeah.
you have to be kind of like a skinnier, kind of slender person, right? And she hired one guy, and he's not that skinny or slender. You know, the other guy, he's a younger guy, and you know, this is like you need to know what you're doing. You set things up wrong, you're gonna crash the machine. They don't make that anymore, and they don't have that anymore. You can just buy that, and it'll be headache after headache after headache.
Yeah.
You know, do you think that the universe is trying to send you a sign? Like, hey, you're not supposed to be here, you're not supposed to do this. There's something greater, there's something more for you. Like, on to the next. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I did a good for a little bit over 4 years there. I was really aiming for 5, but hey, it is what it is, you know? Like, I went to school for mechanical engineering design, art fundamentals, so I have a very wide range of, like, ability, and so it's just about finding the right thing. You remember how we were talking about Nova Scotia?
Yeah.
I don't know, I've always been, like, I've been thinking a lot about it, like, you know, when you go to somewhere new, it's like, all new opportunities, all new people, all new, like,
Yep. That's true.
it's just, I don't want to do it alone. You know, okay, so can I tell you about Sean? So Sean's mom passed, right? And, you know, Sean talked about, oh, my next step, right? And you're thinking that, oh, he's going to say, oh, we're going to both go and do this, or we're both going to go do that. And it's like, no, like, he, like, literally told me, like, a couple times, like, oh, I'm going here. I'm this. There is no we, there is no us.
Yeah.
That was kind of like, okay, so, like, in my like, what's the charade that we're kind of playing here, like, anyway, so I kind of am in this zone where I'm, like, applying to jobs, and I'm just, and I don't know what's gonna happen, and I'm not quite saying yes to anything, and I'm just kind of going with the flow stuff, like, you know, in a little while, I'm gonna apply to EI, and then I'm also taking all that money out of that account, and I was thinking maybe I just enjoy a little bit of time, not having to worry about anything.
Yeah.
Like, if you're collecting EI, can you do, like, Instacart or DoorDash or Uber or whatever, or tax job?
Technically, yeah. Yeah, I got a week ago, last Wednesday, I went into work, and my boss showed up, and the director of loss prevention was there, and they sat me down, and they're like, hey, do you want to know why we're here? And I'm like, I assumed it was because I put a report in about one of my staff members stealing from her work credit card. And they're like, nope, that's not why we're here. And I'm like, okay, so maybe it's about this other employee that I caught stealing from another employee's purse. They're like, nope, that's not why we're here. I'm like, okay, why? And they're like, well, tell me about this cash control procedure, this cash control. So I'm explaining everything, and then just asking all the different ones, and then they came to this donation money. So at each till, there's a little bit they put change in, like you would drop money in. And they're like, what's the procedure with that? I'm like, oh, you know, like once a week or once a month, whatever. I said, it kind of gets full, and then you empty it out, you roll it up, and I think you deposit it into the float. They're like, okay, so what happened most recently with the most recent drop? And I said, most recently, I said, just before Christmas, I said all three were pretty full. I said I noticed that there was a very big acrylic thing full of coin, and it has been rolled in it. It's like gathered it all up, and I said I took it home, and I bought a bunch of rollers for it, and rolling it all up, I could bring it back and like to do whatever. And they're like, so you took it home? And I'm like, well, yeah, like I bought like a bunch of coin rollers or whatever, and they're like, okay, well, like what was the total? And I'm like, well, like $262, like 50 cents or 55 cents or whatever it was. And I said, I documented it all. I said, and it's just sitting in my house, and I haven't brought it back in. And, you know, this is my first day really back to Christmas. And they're like, so you know that, you know, like taking money home, right, that's unaccounted for is like a huge violation. And I'm like, well, yeah, like we didn't have coin rollers. I said, so I took it, I put it in my bag. I said, I bought coin rollers. I said, and to take it home, I said, it didn't fit in the safe. I said, it was a bag of, like, unrolled coins. And they're like, yeah, well, you see where the problem is because now people have seen you take money from the store, it's unaccounted for, and then a complaint was lodged. I'm like, are you kidding me? And they're like, and most recently there was $100 bill, like what happened to that $100 bill? Right? And I'm like, it's literally sitting here in my wallet. I said, I just took it out like 3 days ago when I was in. You don't leave $100 bill in the coin thing. And I said, I threw my wallet and I said, but it's accounted for. And I said, I have my sheet that I wrote everything down on and all the other things. And they're like, well, you see what's happening is that, somebody lost a complaint and you didn't take in the money and you didn't account for it here in the store and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, but it's like $350. So like, I'm not stealing, right? I took it home, I bought coin rollers, I have the receipt that they're expensive, Like, well, they're like, well, we had the, investigation to do, and so, until we finalize, you're off without pay. I'm like, what? So then they notified me on Friday,